But it was nothing compared to some of the absolutely disgusting comments and videos that were put out by just the worst of the worst people. There's a smattering on your screen right now if you're watching and not listening, but just to give you an example, Texas deserves every flood. God has spoken and it hates Texas. Cry harder. Texas deserves it. This is what Texas deserves. I mean, it's just gross. People are so gross to
Right.
say these things. I mean, especially about kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
what is
Right.
there's something so
And
wrong with the
and I will tell
soul
you,
of the country.
well, there is, but I will tell you that people on our side never did that to we don't do that. We don't do that to people. These are people like this need serious help.
Yeah.
I like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? There shouldn't be any party lines when stuff like this happens. There just shouldn't be.
Right.
There shouldn't be political parties. There should just be human beings. I mean, this is a natural disaster. And they were, I say warned. They predicted 3 to 6 inches of rain. And then there was more. And then there
Right.
was a flood. And this was a natural disaster and it's freaking horrific. And people have died. And so check yourself and check your heart. What is wrong with people?
One of the people whose heart seriously needs to be checked and who's gotten herself pretty famous over this weekend is some chick named Sade. I don't know if she says it Sade or Sade, like the singer or whatever,
Right.
however she says it. But she apparently used to work for like some food insecurity program for the city of Houston. And she put out a video. We're not going to play the whole thing, but you'll get the gist of it here. And this went absolutely viral on TikTok. And then, of course, the backlash was swift and hard. Here is what she said.
I know I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but Camp Mystic is a whites only.
No, it's not.
Girls Christian camp.
So not.
They don't even have a token Asian. They don't have a token black person. It is a all white only conservative Christian camp. If you ain't white, you ain't right, you ain't getting in, you ain't going.
God.
It's not to say that we don't want the girls to be found, whatever girls that are missing or whatever right now, but you best believe, especially in today's political climate, if this were a group of Hispanic girls, especially with them being in East Texas, it should be most likely Hispanic. If this were a group of Hispanic girls out there, this would not be getting this type of coverage that they're getting. No one would give a fuck. And all these white people, the parents of these little girls, would be saying things like they need to be deported, they shouldn't have been here in the first place, and yada yada yada. So before y'all come at me, before y'all start leaving hate comments on my page about, oh, these are just kids and they don't know no better, the parents of these children who are choosing, and it is a choice in 2025, it is definitely a freaking choice to go into East goddamn Texas and to make a all-white enclave exclusionary just for white people, with all the black people in East Texas, with all the Hispanic people in East Texas. Somehow, some way, you have carved out an all-white, whites only enclave in East Texas for your white children. Yeah, I have a problem with that. I want you to have sympathy for these people. They want you to get out of your bed and to come out of your home and to go find these people and to donate your money to go find these people. Meanwhile, they are deporting your family members. Meanwhile, they're setting up concentration camps and prisons for your family members.
I cannot. The hate, and I just cannot. The racism coming from this woman. First of all, she is 100% wrong. It is not a whites only camp. And if she would have done a little bit of freaking research, she would have seen that that is not the case. So everything that she's saying is just, it's unfounded. It's wrong.
It's not even East Texas.
Right. She's right. Thank you, Mock. But she's completely wrong. My daughter went to Sky Ranch 3 years in a row. It's very similar to this. It is a Christian. These are Christian camps. These are God-centered camps. They don't care what your skin color is. They don't care. Right. This woman does, because she's a racist and a race baiter. But these camps don't care. They just want kids who will come and then they just want to like learn the word of God. That's it. That's what these camps are all about. What is wrong with these people? Like,
Well, I would like to be able to tell you that after all the backlash, she thought better, but she did not. So first of all, the city of Houston came out to make a statement because they were getting slammed for ever having anything to do with her. 'Cause she apparently worked for their food insecurity board back in 2023. Her term expired earlier this year, and there was no plan, they say, to reappoint her. They said the city is taking immediate steps to remove her permanently from the board. However, she doubled down. She continues to double down. And and she's posting rant after rant after rant that is just in response to all these people going, "You're psychotic. Like, you're the worst person ever.
Right.
How can you be so cruel?" And people are finding out that she's married to a pastor, apparently.
A white guy.
Oh my God.
She's married to a white dude. So explain that. Like, what is it with the hatred of white people and then you're like married to one? I don't get it.
It's insane. Here's just a couple little clips of some of the doubling down that she's done. It's ridiculous.
I don't understand all this, extraordinary hate or whatever. Like, I get that white people are not used to people telling them and calling them out on their racism and telling them about their double standards and how you wouldn't give a damn about other children and how there's children in ICE detention right now who y'all don't give two fucks about. There's no prayers going up for them. But we're supposed to stop the world and stop everything we're doing to go and hunt for these little missing white girls.
I can't.
Y'all caught the fucking news on me? I wasn't gonna post anymore, but I think it's really funny how my little voice and my little 7,000 followers has garnered enough attention to where y'all want me to make a public statement, and I gave one. I definitely gave one. Wouldn't have been my first time having a news interview. If you look up my name, and I'm sure y'all have seen it, I have tons of news articles written about me and the work that I've done. So okay. She asked me for a statement. I gave her one, and I told her what it was. And I think that this is like, on one hand, it's definitely funny because I'm over here kikiing for sure, but do not negate the fact. All right, these are white people using their white power.
God, yeah.
Wow.
Can I just point out that the nose ring is now a symbol for mental illness? I feel like it is. Run with it.
Well, and just an example of some of the comments that she makes. There's a commenter who wrote on one of her videos, "Girl, you brought this upon yourself. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from the consequences." And her response was, "Consequences for what? Maybe it was God's will to wash them lil C words away."
Oh my God.
This is somebody who's married to a pastor?
A white guy, married to a white guy. And like, when she was helping with food insecurity, did she exclude white people? What if white people were hungry? Did she say, well, they're just little C words, I'm not going to help them? Did she do that because she's a raging, disgusting, vile racist? Did she do that? And that's the thing. She in her brain thinks, I'm not a racist if I'm racist against white people, because that's not racism. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You are a racist. And you know what? Those precious little girls, those precious baby girls would pray for you. That's the difference between them and you disgusting racist hag.
I would love to say that she's the only one, but she is not the only one. We've got another winner to show you after you remind everybody about how important it is for your dog's health to take their rough greens.
You really need to feed them rough greens, you guys. Just like us, all good health starts in your belly. Right there in the belly. And most dog foods, they do not have the key enzymes and probiotics needed for a healthy gut. That's why naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, he created Rough Greens, and it's a natural supplement packed with enzymes and probiotics, and it supports digestion and immunity and overall well-being. And I have seen the biggest difference with Theo, and I don't want to say his name too loud because he'll come in here and start causing problems. But when we got him, he was just like a shell of himself, and his coat was pretty gross. And now it's shiny and it's soft and he doesn't shed as much. And that is all diet, y'all. Rough Greens plays a huge role in their coat, their energy, their mood, their disposition. You can try a free jumpstart bag for your dog today at roughchicks.com with promo code CHICKS. No need to switch foods. You can just use Rough Greens. You can just add it, sprinkle it on their food. You can go to roughchicks.com, use promo code CHICKS for a free Jumpstart bag. That's a $20 value, just cover shipping. That's roughchicks.com, promo code CHICKS. Do it.
Hide your kids.
Hide them.
Hide your wives.
Hide 'em.
Because this woman, there's a gnat. This woman is just as awful. And I'm afraid that there are lots and lots and lots of people who feel the exact same way. And I just cannot understand it. Here is another example of the disgustingness that's out there right now.
Them little girls, them people died because of racism, not politics.
Oh my
Boom,
God.
I said it. I don't give a fuck.
And am I sad? No.
Nope. Because more YT people will have to DIE in order for motherfuckers to what? CARE. Oh my God. I said what the fuck I said. I don't give a fuck, and minds are here with me. We voted the correct way.
That's what it's about for her. We voted the correct way, so you guys get what you get.
These people are broken. They are just broken. There's so much hate. I can't even wrap my brain around that much hate. I can't. Based on skin color, and that's the thing that's so crazy is the projection of the racism when they don't understand that they are in fact the racists.
Yes.
How do you get that through somebody's brain? I don't give a shit how much melanin is in your skin. I don't care. And you know who else didn't care? Those precious little girls.
Right. Democrat politicians also making this as political as possible. In fact, it's hilarious because Ro Khanna was on with Al Sharpton, and Al Sharpton was like, what do you think about how basically Trump is to blame about all of this? And Ro Khanna, who can be more reasonable than a lot of his Democrat counterparts, was unfortunately not. And in fact, he even starts his spiel. He's like, yeah, this is super sad. And not to make this political, but
yeah.
And then he makes it political.
First of all, it's just heart-wrenching and devastating. My heart goes out to the community and all of the families, especially the parents of those young girls. Look, without politicizing this should be a wake-up call to the country. You don't cut funding for the National Weather Service. You don't cut funding for FEMA.
You just politicized it. You just politicized it. Without politicizing it, I'm going to politicize it.
Right.
Okay, Democrat. Never waste a tragedy, right?
It's just ridiculous.
Never waste it.
Joe Concha incoming with a message to Roe and everybody like him.
Warnings 12 hours before this happened. There were flash flood warnings 3 hours before it happened. We keep seeing on other networks talking about how there wasn't the proper staffing at the National Weather Service in that area. They actually had twice as many staffers on as they normally would. So again, if you're going to try to find blame and in the name of accountability, well, at least get your facts right. And at this point, like we see so often, especially in a world of social media, there's a lot of information out there that is not accurate. But 12 hours, 3 hours as far as flash flood warnings, twice as many staffers. Those are the facts.
Nobody will care.
Nope.
They'll keep